Today we are pretty much just talking about express entry program and the cutoff mark, right? I mean, over the course of the years, and by years I mean just last year, we have seen like a very huge increase in what the cutoff mark is right now in terms of express entry, especially for FSW, which is the general express entry program, right? We've seen like the cutoff is really high. So, and obviously that has affected a whole lot of applications. We have a lot of people just sitting in the pool and not necessarily getting this invitation to apply. So I took a deep dive to look at the pool and just see how many people do we have in the pool right now, as well as the various cutoff marks or the various mark brackets. How many people are actually, within those brackets? And before now, again, just giving a brief history about, the cutoff mark and how it applied to us at the time. I remember that, we had 472 at the time, and the cutoff mark, the average around that time was about 470. That was what they were using to call people. Again, this is about 2 years ago. So we had 472, right? And when we did the maths now, we saw 472. Like, okay, thank God though. Thank God the average cutoff you're using to call people now is like four. If you have 470 and above, then your probability of getting called was very high. So we had 472 and we were happy. And this was 2 years ago. And finally, when they did in one of the draws that they did, the cutoff mark they used at the time was 474, and we had 472. So if you have we got called basically. Now I took a deep dive to look at the cutoff mark and see how many people are in the pool. So basically I'm going to be sharing this with you guys, and this is just supposed to let us just let you guys know that if I have this score, this is how many people there are in the pool. Do I stand a chance of getting called? Right now in the pool, we have, if your score is between the range of 355 to 400, there are 55,586 people with scores within that range in the pool right now. Any score between 351 to 400, 55,000 people, 586 have that score range, and that is like the highest. That is the highest number of people that we have in the pool right now, meaning that most people within the FSW pool have a score within the range of 351 to 400. So again, between 461 and 470, so if you have a score that is between 461 and 470, you have 13,218 people within the brackets, currently in the pool. Any score within 461 to 470, there are 13,218 people in the pool right now. And this is actually as of March, basically. Then the score between 471 and 480. So 471, 472, 473, 474, 475, up until 480. There are 17,105 people in the pool right now with that score. 481 to 490, we have 10,683 people with that score in the pool right now. 491 to 500, we have 8,294 people in the pool right now. And the last I have here is 501 to 600. There are 10,324 people right now in the pool that are within that band or within that score range. Again, we know already that the cutoff mark right now is anything above 500. So what does that, and if anything within 500 and within that range, 501 to 600, there are currently 10,324 people that are still sitting in the pool waiting to get the ITA. So what does that tell us, right? If you have any score that is, look at the amount of people that I listed before I even got to this 501 to 600 though. What is the probability that you're actually going to get called? What is the probability? Because if the cutoff right now is 520 or 520 something, and we still have 10,000 of those people that are actually within that range still sitting to get the ITA, what is the hope for anybody who does not have something up until that point? Because again, basically 2 draws were actually done in March for the Express Entry program, the general one. They did about 4, but out of the 4, 2 was done for the general FSW program. And usually the range of the number of people they would call would range from anything from maybe 1.5 to like 3,600 per draw. Before, it used to be constantly 3,600, but over time now, there's been, sometimes it's 2,000 something, sometimes, and sometimes even 1 draw they would do. So imagine if we are pulling 2,000 out of 10,000 every month, even if it's 1 draw they are doing every month. Let's even forget the fact that people are joining this, they are getting into this pool on a daily basis, so that number is going to keep increasing. Let's even say they stop at that 10,000 mark and they are doing average of 2,000 draw. They are calling 2,000 people on a monthly basis, and they are doing 1 draw per month. It's going to take 5 months before they are able to exhaust the people that are falling within that 501 to 600. Again, you want to think about, so what if my score is lower than this? What is the chance that I'm actually going to get called? Or even if I'm going to get called, maybe it's going to be like until end of the year, and things might have changed. Policies might have changed. Again, we saw the recent changes that Canada made, so even especially for students, people that are coming here to school, whether it's in terms of issuing postgraduate work permit, or your spouse is not going to be eligible, or you cannot bring your we are not in control of all these policies, right? Government can make policies. The people are not in control of whatever government is going to. Tomorrow now we can wake up and they can say A, B, C, D, right? So the game is about we getting whatever it is right now in our favor as soon as we can. So what does this mean for somebody that maybe your score is not close to 500, which is the cutoff right now, and you've seen the number of people that are within the different cutoff brackets, basically, or the different score brackets, you might want to consider maybe what's my alternative. If the general FSW, the cutoff is too high and I have 450 or I have 460 and my score is not, I don't think my score is high enough. I don't know when they're ever going to get to me. What is my choice? What is my option? What can I do? Do I want to look into PNP? PNP is another program that is closely related to FSW. The only difference between PNP and FSW is that you have to live in that province that has called you. It's pretty much the same thing. The only difference is FSW can live anywhere in Canada. As a provincial nomination person, you have to live in that particular province that issued you, that nomination. That's pretty much the only difference. So you want to look at, do I do FSW instead? Is my occupation in demand in this province? Rather than sitting in the general express entry pool waiting for the FSW, maybe I should apply for a nomination in one of these provinces where my occupation is in demand. Try to see. Or is there something else? Because this one that I'm sitting at right now, do I really stand a chance? Or should I look into another country? Right? So this is just what we thought we were going to share with you today. Just bring this to our notice. Let's know, where we stand in the grand scheme of things in terms of express entry or in the FSW pool. Where exactly do I stand? My score is 350. Do I stand a chance? If I have more than 60,000 people before me, do I even stand a chance of getting called? Right? My score is 500 and something. Okay, there are still 10,000 people in the pool. Maybe, is there anything else I can do to improve my score so that at least I can move myself forward a little bit? This is what we thought we are going to share with you guys. It's just basically, gist and just bringing this to our notice. And yes, we thought we would find this useful, and we've come to the end of the video for today. Basically, do not do what, forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much.